Can INFPs even feel anger? I mean, we're all a bunch of cute softies with a weed flower. That's right, weed flower. What other flower has green petals? But of course INFPs feel anger. I'll have you know we poop too. That book's not a lie. I feel like having FE as a primary function means that INFPs can feel anger pretty easily. INFPs are value driven, and we judge everything on our feels. And anger is a pretty common feeling, especially if you're ever on the road. Anytime an INFP sees something that violates their values, well, let's just say every weed flower has its thorns. Speaking from personal experience, I wouldn't say I'm a very angry person. I'm pretty laid back, to be honest. I like to think I'm pretty open-minded and tolerant of those who I disagree with, like most INFPs. But if you think Wooloo is overrated, then we're gonna throw hands. Other than that, I rarely get mad at people. Just don't hurt people non-consensually and we're good. Yes, insulting Wooloo hurts me. Even if people are rude to me, I rarely get mad. I might get annoyed, but that's about it. I like to assume the best in people. They didn't give me the finger, they gave me a thumbs up. They just got the thumb and middle finger mixed up. Happens all the time. I've talked about how multiple personality types can have the best of intentions and want to be helpful, but they come across as cold, emotionless jack donkeys who wouldn't know tact if it bit them on the ass. So anytime I hear something that offends me, I try to reframe it in a positive light. I think that's the only sane disposition to have when you're a content creator on the internet. Although I'm slow to get angry at people, I find I'm a lot more likely to get angry at things. Let me know if you relate to this. You know that level in a video game that despite your best efforts, you can't beat, and you're convinced the game is broken or out to get you? Well, when that happens and I start to feel angry, I just shut the game off and don't play it for months to years. Yeah, I rarely finish any games. Video games are supposed to be fun, so I don't want to get angry at them. But let's say I'm doing something for work, or trying to put together a piece of IKEA furniture that's more complicated than a nuclear reactor. You know, something that I just can't put off till the future in quotation marks. I try to enter these projects with a happy, positive mindset. Maybe I can manifest everything to work fine. But when the darn printer won't print no matter what you do, and after running between your desk and the printer 30 times, you can see why I'd want to put the printer in an old-fashioned printer and squish. They just don't make them like they used to. Like most emotions, I don't like to express anger in front of others. That just makes it hard to hide from people. So I hold all my emotions in a bag until I get home later. I like to calmly explain to myself why I'm upset and why it's valid. It's easy to feel like you're being petty or making a mountain out of a molehill. So explaining to yourself why you're angry helps. It's reasonable to be angry at your neighbor when he turns his car alarm into his alarm clock, no matter how deep of a sleeper he claims to be. This gives you an opportunity to fix what made you angry in the first place, like giving your neighbor a squirt gun alarm clock. I do have less mature ways of dealing with anger too. I like to bang my hand on the desk whenever I get an error message. Not too hard because I don't want to break anything, but hard enough to get some catharsis. I also like to thump my foot on the ground, maybe add a grunt. I can only do these when I'm at home, of course, but I prefer the thump because I can get a lot more emotion out that way without damaging anything. Some people like to vent to others about their anger. I find I rarely do this. For me, I mostly like to rant if I find something funny. I really don't like burdening other people with my emotions, despite me liking to bear the emotions of others. Ain't being an INFP grand. You know what else makes me angry? Stupid phone calls. Check out my video all about telephone anxiety, or whatever else YouTube recommends for you. I've been TrebleKnight, and I'll catch you guys all next time.